Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Anderson again, and for this video that I will be dedicated to the Dragon Ball Z vlog, I shall be covering episode 12 of season 2 of this great show, and the name of this episode is Vegeta Has a Ball. Now, this could be taken in a few contexts. Number one, first and foremost, is the fact that Vegeta is on the hunt for Dragon Balls. And of course, that would mean that he finds one ball, which he does find in the show. And then he hides it in the lake dynamic. Number two, it could be just that Vegeta is having real fun, because having a ball is a phrase that means that you're having so much fun. It's almost like having ecstasy fun, and yeah, he has that too. But I'll get to that in a moment. But for right now, I gotta address a little thing that I omitted in my last video by mistake. And that being that at the end of the show, when Vegeta is standing in front of the Namekian elders of that unspecified village, he said the word bang, right there, like bang. Kind of like Spike Spiegel in the Cowboy Bebop TV show, the last episode, I believe it was. Now, I don't know which one came out first, but I know for a fact that this Dragon Ball Z episode came out like in '87. So I'm pretty sure that Cowboy Bebop came out like after that. So I think this one came out first for that. Plus this finger gun was actually a real finger gun, where Spike used a real pistol. So yeah. In this episode, Vegeta finds the Dragon Ball in that little village there. Now, before a little bit of fight there between him and the warrior dynamics. Now, we all know that the warrior dynamics are pretty much peaceful, and there are only like a handful of them that are actually really powerful, like Piccolo, like Slug, etc. But these guys, these guardians of the Dragon Balls and the elders, are actually kind of weak. I don't know what the exact power was, but I'm gonna say like around maybe 5,000. He's easily dominated by Vegeta. So during this fight with these guys, they actually do like a big high blast at him, and they meet the ground like crater on him. So that was like a pretty cool show of power by these guys. Good flex. But the thing of it was that we were like, haha, we defeated you there. But when Vegeta comes out of it, because he went underground, quite literally, even though there was no hole in the ground for that. And he comes up above kind of the blasted done in the dust circle, with like surrounded by a bunch of big boulders, kind of like tough in that episode where he did that. Or maybe that was Aang. He made a shield out of rocks. So it was really cool, especially because they were he was holding them together by magnetism. So it was like a pretty cool seeing all those sparks flying out. And then when he wanted to disband the rocks, he ended up doing like a weird it's like loop out of like powering up and get rid of them. So when he did that, he made sure the rock flew into the like a hand grenade, which it blew apart, and it blew into the shrapnel. The shrapnel blew into the warriors, so not gonna shoot them out. Now, during one of the during one of the beam struggles there, actually, I think calm off guard. And it was actually pretty funny to show how much he improved since the last time he fought with Goku and the others. Was that he was able to kind of block with one hand. But the thing is that when he did so, licking his lips to get one a threatening challenge to it. And it was kind of funny because he goes to the death instruction. So from the other episode, we learned that Vegeta, along with other people in Vegeta's army or navy or whatever, the Space Force or whatever, it showed that they were actually just following his orders. And we kind of get a little bit of pity for Vegeta for that regard. And later on in the history, we get a little bit of sorriness for him and empathy. But then we realize that he's not only taking orders from Frieza, not only is he not taking orders from Frieza anymore, but he's still in the mindset of killing, destroying, and just in general being a badass, destroying shit and taking lives. Kind of destroys the whole pity argument that you were going for beforehand, doesn't it? So he slips that, and then he uses the beam power of the Namek fighting him to send the big surge back down to Namek and killing him. I don't know if they have a name for the guy or not, but it's target number 5, I guess, Vegeta. Now, this is very funny because none of the Nameks so far or forever on the planet Namek ever share any of the same attacks, or the named attacks of Piccolo or King Piccolo for whatever reason. Maybe it could be just the type between the Demon King Piccolo and Piccolo Jr. were evil, and he's a big good guy, defending the homeland against Vegeta and Frieza and the Dorians all running all those people, and later on the game with. That's something I noticed. And the reason why I can't name that attack is that they're doing this a powerful type loss of the hand. It's universal at this point. So the fact that they don't have the special beam cannon, that shot, as well as the demon blots on the mouth, that shows that they're not as well trained or as powerful or as coordinated as the Namekians from Earth. So even Kami, they don't even have the same powers as Kami. So anyway, Vegeta wants to get this Dragon Ball which is possible. So he has to coerce the elder Namekian in the village to give the goods, and the guy doesn't want to budge on it, so Vegeta ends up killing some of his children, his family and stuff, but he won't budge anymore either. So he kills them. Anyway. He walks toward the hut there, the house, and kills them anyway. caught in cold blood. So it's like Vegeta wanted to kill things that he never stopped me, never tried to stop me. To where I said, but you already killed the guy, dude. What's the point of even saying that if you already killed the guy? Kind of waste. Be like, oh, so tonight I said, I have to leave the baby after you already killed whoever you're going for in the Terminator movie. So anyway, this is where Bulma, when she finds out from the others that the main Namekians, the older Namekians, other than Dende, have all been killed by Vegeta, and the power level are freaking fast and stuff. But he's an animal. Vegeta's an animal. Could be marked on the same blood or his tail or whatever, but they're an animal. Now, I have to ask you this question, because later on in this show's history, Bulma ends up shacking up with Vegeta, and I know that some good girls, bad guys, when it's a bad man, later on. But I have to ask, how does a woman go from he's an animal, he's a thug, he's a bad person, that, to I want to fuck that guy. I want him to be the father of my children. I know what it's like to see me as beat out. How in the world does she go from being horrified at the guy to wanting to have sex with him and stuff? I don't understand that. I mean, if I were to murder somebody right now, no woman will find me attractive, except the really psychotic ones. Give me applause for my bad deed. But anyway, besides that, they talk to Dende about eating the food that's given to him. They didn't that boom. I'm sure worked hard and heavy for it, and worked hard for it. I like the way Trump said, I know it's not very good, but you gotta eat a little something to get your strength up a little bit. To where Bulma ends up throwing a piece of cake at his face, and she said, I want my bottle for this, and if you want, you cook for yourself and all that stuff. It wasn't easy. You should be a little more thankful, mister. I never had a girlfriend in my life like me. I would be a little more supportive of the person than receiving my food from. So anyway, they talked to Dende. They said that Namekians only drink water. So then they go into that these Namekians are like the only green creatures in the universe, green and far the skin tone, and as far as their eating habits, they don't consume water. Next thing you know, the fall oxygen, the burp up oxygen from drinking water. So anyway, he was saying that they saw him planting crops in the fields near the roads and stuff, but then he said that they're not crops for eating, they're crops for planting trees. Because a long time ago there was a giant storm in Namek. I guess it's like the Namek version of the Great Red Spot on Jupiter, and it was so massive and so powerful that almost destroyed all the trees as well as killed almost all the Namex. So basically it was more powerful on Fraser because we see that if you Namex survive, Fraser survive. But the last one that was killed, the last one to survive was the Guru, which it's funny about the name Guru and the name of Namek, because in yoga, maybe in Indian history, there was a guru by the name of Namek. It's a whole complicated thing with that. That Namek was a real person, and he really was a guru. Not love Guru because that was an awful movie. But whatever that so then they also said that the Namekians produce asexually. That means that everyone is essentially asexual, meaning that there are no gender differentiation between male and female. So, but it's funny that there are no you might think that's a hermaphrodite type situation, but no, it's asexual, meaning that there is no actual difference between them. There are no female or male parts, which is funny because all the Namekians have a male voice. They sound like they got a male voice, from Guru to Piccolo to Kami to Gende, Mori, or Moro, or whatever. They're all men. They're all men. Well, they all sound like men. So that could actually be a way for the artist to make it simple. When drawing Namekians, to draw female Namekians, which is like a pretty smart idea. And he said that all Namekians give birth to other Namekians by using their mouth, and they lay eggs in the mouth. Just like when Piccolo made Piccolo Jr. And it's very weird because they're all surprised by this. But yet, Goku actually told them about when he killed King Piccolo, and then he threw the egg out of his mouth for self-destruction and things. So, I would think that this kind of thing common knowledge. But I guess not. I meant to forget about it already. The incredible edible egg. So also, they were saying that the trees are beautiful. And I can't notice that the Namekian trees look a lot like the Tufula trees from Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. So, whether they will come to the kind of environmental thing when you're talking about them, I can't say. In the meantime, Vegeta finds the jungle, the forest wall actually, and he decides to dump it in the water because Zalban, Frieza, and Kui can't use scatters, and can't find power levels without scatters, and therefore Dragon Ball either for some reason. So they can't find that. So in that case, Vegeta decided to hide the ball in almost plain sight, because they would surely look for the ball in the nearest village. Come to think of it, yeah, the villages seem kind of close together on the planet. There could be some on the outside of the world too. I don't think it's inhospitable. Anyway, he hides the ball there, and then Frieza told we and Zarbon about finding the Dragon Ball, and I can't notice that the balls are they're not quite symmetrical with each other. I mean that the 5-star balls should have 1, 2, 3, 4 stars, and then 5 in the middle. But then on the board itself it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, more like a house shape. So that's kind of weird. They did that one of my shows too. So I don't know why you do that. I don't know if they have another thought process on the other ball, but you do that. Plus, I like the face that Frieza puts on when he's cycling, and he puts the ball himself in the ship again to relax, while he sends the 2 other minions to get it for him, like other Dragon Ball Z villains do. But I don't know, Zarbon, he has the earrings on his face, along with the charm that goes right around here, and I kind of noticed that those things look a lot like the Potara earrings from Fusion. Now, I'm sure that when Toriyama wrote this, he didn't include any of the fusion stuff in there, even the fusion dance. So, what is it, like a new color for the Potara earrings? What is that? That's a good question. So, anyway, unless implying that the two beings that fused into Zarbon are beautiful form, which he is currently at, and a lizard form, which is his bulkier, uglier form, which later on I creamed Vegeta. So I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it would show that it would definitely explain why he's so powerful in the other form, or whatever. So it's like, if we like, go find the other balls, and Zarbon and Kui, like, okay, Frieza, you might not be able to do that right away, but then Zarbon cuts him off and says, don't worry, we'll do it for you. Post-haste. So, that's funny that Kui said, no we can't, but Zarbon said, yes we can. So, it's kind of like a little bit of ass kissing there. Like, I know it's impossible, but we can't find them. Just for you, find the big balls for you. So, anyway, they go their separate ways, covering their own little parts of the planet. We on the other one, Zarbon on the other. I think Kui dies first. Miss Octopus face. And then Zarbon later on. Come on, so I like the way they have the Vegeta being strategic, trying to hide his ball and washing it off too. And I get one, even though they say that Frieza is very powerful for this, can he destroy the Dragon Balls by himself? Can he power up a death ball or something like that? Should a few Dragon Balls and then they go put away out of existence? Or are they permanent? Would they never die? would they never get destroyed. And speaking of which, I like the way he made a joke that said that Frieza would like to wish for immortality before he dies. That to me is kind of funny, because they were taking the time and dragging their ass to find the balls and whatnot. And that's really hilarious. Let's see here now. Oh yeah, there's also some good news too. Goku is on his way over. Wait. Now it's real funny that he said a few episodes ago that he was touching at 20 times gravity. He did it, fine. But now he's like, this is gonna be a lot of exercise I do on gravity times 20. Now I'm gonna do it on 30. So he's increasing it, but it's funny that when he sweats on the normal gravity, but you would think that if it were for really 20 gravity, that the sweat would be pounding the floor like left, right, and sideways. So that's one thing I noticed. When it gets to 30, I think that's the thing where it goes from into the electromagnetic field, and it radically goes up and down in numbers. That might be when it gets to 50 times gravity, but whatever. So anyway, while he's about to go change up their machine to go up in intensity, he gets a emergency call from King Kai. And we were at Subway they can communicate with each other, but he makes it sound like it's a big new thing that he can hear voices in his head. It turned out that 4 people got to his planet from this way. And 4 people are Chatsu, Tien, Yamcha, and Piccolo, from when he fought with the Saiyans on Earth. And, yeah. Although I would assume that, never mind. So anyway, they said that the 4 of them got there faster than Goku did. You know, like, boy, he must be really powerful and really fast to make it over Snake Wave over that course of short distance, time distance. But then again, like, during Goku's run a bit, he made a detour like halfway or 2/3 of the way over there, or maybe 1/3 of the way there, and he fell. And then he went back to the start fresh. So, like, if you consider that, of course the 4 guys would get there faster. Of course they would get there. And I think Chatsu and Tien can actually float there. So that's kind of like cheating of the sorts. But it was really funny, really great that Piccolo Jr., the incarnation of the embodiment of all evil in the universe up to that point, was good enough to go to King Kai's planet, and it was all because of Gohan and his sacrifice to Gohan, to make sure that Gohan didn't killed by Nappa. So yay for that. I'm very proud of him for that reason. And then when you want to hit the first one and be pushed back to fight with Frieza and all like. Yeah, but the thing is that they made the King Kai's planet so fast, and because they were able to overcome his test, bopping Gregory on the head of catching bubbles, and then make him laugh obviously not in that order, but in reverse order, I believe. But they were able to do that so fast. It wouldn't make sense that they would be belittled. The techniques that King Kai taught to Gugu before he had to go pick the Earth. I'm talking about the Kaken attack as well as the Spirit Bomb attack, because they were pure, they were good fighters. Maybe not so much Piccolo, but the other three were good enough for that. The other three were rivals at one point, but they became good enough through trial and error and fighting him to become good enough for the bomb tower. So, that's like kind of dumb on King Kai's part. What else is there on the planet besides learning from the master, the Kai guy? Which I still said literally John the possibly catfish. And it was like pretty good. Sean Chamel, the voice of Goku and Mario and other characters, would actually voice King Kai. So make of that we will kind of psychological things you might make with that. But I definitely enjoyed this episode a lot. I like the feet that she puts on in the board with tackling. I like the voice actress whose name escapes me for now. That's what I like the Funimation dub. Again, I like the effect of Vegeta, holding up with the rock formation around him, shielding. Even though he doesn't need to do that. Weak fighters like in the machines. I like the way he licks his lips. He's about to kill somebody. And get his body count. So that was actually really fun. Very, really fun. I like the whole band thing too. And again, I like the part there with one more compensation and animal. Even though in a few story arcs later we find out that they bumped ugly together. It's like my husband, my fiance is dead. You guys, I'll take you on. She's like a nice guy, and to get to know you. And that would be just a good old episode with it's some action in it, some comedy, some explanation. But then they tree crops, we gotta protect the trees and stuff. Even though later on they'll get destroyed by they want to restore the planet. It's kind of funny because they want to restore this planet to the natural beauty it had beforehand, but they have no actual use for the trees whatsoever. So they have no. They don't eat trees. They don't use it to build with lumber and stuff. Or they have stuff made of clay or something. And it seems like I guess you use the trees for like some kind of ceremony or something or other. That's why everyone else has trees in their gardens and such. But anyway, I like this episode. So I thank you very much for watching this review of the episode. Vegeta has a ball. It was episode 12 of season 2 of Dragon Ball Z. very good show. I give this my happy face this year approval because it's awesome and it explains a few things I ain't realized from my first viewing of the show, the episode from years ago, about the trees, the storm, that all the guru. I think they said that 10 days ago, 108th child of guru. That would mean that there'll be no other pressing issues, no other problems with the world, that he had enough energy to actually expel 108 children, if not more. So basically, yeah, was the name, the Duggar family, went my mother name in there. She's a lot to live up to. She's only up to 18 and 19, so got a lot to go for. Honestly, it even said that he was the sole great populator of the planet. That's gotta be kind of like a kind of no pressure whatsoever on the eldest Nana to do that. No wonder why Dendy was sad when he died, because it was a direct descendant of the guy. He wasn't a grandson or anything like that. He was direct offspring of the guru. So anyway, if you like what you see here, you want to see more of my videos and such, you always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on future videos and such by calling me or texting me at 631-707-377. And comment on Twitter or X if you prefer it at PNelsonPro. And my email is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So remember, guys, I salute all you guys and girls who like this stuff. This anime, sci-fi, science fiction anime, alien anime, shonen anime, and I did this in the name of Kira, the Goku, and the Holy Kamehameha. Amen. It's great for fun. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video, all you girls and guys in Internet land. Signing out.